cases of HIV and AIDS in Atlanta is at an all-time high. The CDC has said Atlanta's HIV and AIDS rate is the same of a third world country. And out of 100 newly diagnosed patients, 25 of them are between the ages of 13 and 24 years old. In order to save the younger generation from further exposure to HIV and AIDS, sexual education must be mandatory in public schools. Although it may be an uncomfortable topic to discuss, this deadly chronic disease is harming our youth. I want to discuss with you the main reasons people object to sexual health in public schools, address the benefits of sexual education in public schools, and also teach you how to balance your moral beliefs with what your children may learn in school to open up discussions about preventative measures taken in your homes. Now we can talk about sexual education and why it's not so popular with some parents. Most parents oppose sexual education in public schools because they believe sex should be introduced to the child by a child-to-child basis. Parents know their children and ultimately know when it will be a good time to introduce their child to a sexual conversation. It will start a conversation about body parts that some young children just aren't ready to have. Most parents will say that sex ed is like sending your kids to a class that contradicts their moral and religious values on matters of intimacy and personal conduct. However, even with large religious and moral beliefs and practices, the U.S. has the highest rate of teen pregnancies in the world and also represent 19 million new cases of sexually transmitted infections each year. So it's apparent that children are having sex. The statistics show it. Moral and religious practices alone is not enough. Sexual education in school can prevent prevention of diseases like HIV and AIDS because it's another resource for students. Children spend a great amount of time in school. The average school day is about 6 hours. It's like their part-time job. Schools provide expansive access to youth in our communities, making them logical choices for community-based partnerships. Schools have 3 different methods of sexual education: comprehensive, abstinence-based, and abstinence-only. Majority school systems who have included sexual education in their curriculum have chosen the comprehensive method. Comprehensive sexual education is age and developmentally appropriate with information medically accurate, backed by scientific evidence, and sensitive to the needs of all young people. While some schools use abstinence-based and abstinence-only curriculums, they don't provide any information on preventative diseases or contraception. Abstinence-only education also have problems with addressing their peer pressure and often cause awkwardness between the child and parent when it comes to talking about the birds and the bees. Comprehensive sexual health education promotes human development, abstinence, contraception, disease, and pregnancy prevention. It has also been shown to improve skill development for healthy relationships and decision making. Now it will help you bridge the gap between what your children are learning at school and balancing your moral beliefs at home. A science teacher from the DeKalb School of Arts, Kent Rogarsky, said that outside experts are usually the only way students can get an in-depth session in HIV and AIDS. With the internet, other children, and what children watch on television, how can you assess what your child really knows about sex? Kim Nolte, the CEO of the Georgia Campaign for Adolescent Power and Potential, says it's the parents' responsibility to teach values. It's the school's responsibility to teach medically accurate, non-judgmental information. As with any curriculum in school, if you have questions about what your child is learning and or how to help at home, reach out to your child's instructor. Your child's instructor will provide you with extra support and materials to go over with your children at home. With information from your child's school and resources you can use at home, you can balance and monitor the information your child receives. You can open up a dialogue for you and your children to talk about sex and how to protect themselves when that time comes. Sex can be a scary subject to talk about with your child, especially depending on what age they are. However, I'm sure it would be scarier to learn that your child contracted HIV because they didn't know what it was or how to protect themselves from it. Karen Nolte also makes another point I would love to leave you with. There's no public health issue that has ever been solved through ignorance and withholding information.
Thank you. Bravo, encore.